Duck.
Sorry, ugly duck.
There will be no ducks like cats. That's a pity. The folk tale. Basically, in any culture, the folk tales, this is the essential part of our life. And we absorb the folk tales with the blood, yes, from our mother. When our mothers read the tales when we're going to sleep. And the tales are different for each country. And that's how we become who we are. So today, I'm going to tell you a fairy tale, which is the part of the folklore, which is the part of the folk tales. And this was one of my favorites when I was a kid. It's called Not an Ugly Duck, but probably you were very close to what I was going to talk about. This is the ugly duck. And let us, when I finish this story, think how we pursue it once we grow up. Because it's one thing when we are young and we listen it from our mother's lips, but when we grow up, maybe the fairy tale will sound a little bit different. It all happened during very hot summer, probably one summer day like it is today. The sky was blue and trees were bright green, and a big country house was surrounded by ditches filled with water. The stork was flying over the country house, and it was totally quiet. In a big burdock leaves, there lived a family, a mother duck, and a few eggs. She was hatching for quite a long time. She was very tired of sitting out these eggs, and from time to time an old duck was coming in and asking, "Why are you still sitting?" She replied, "Well, I hatched my eggs, I'm waiting for the babies." So the day came, and the shells were broken, and out of the eggs there appeared 3 little ducks. They were beep, 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 beep. Mother looked at them, they opened their eyes, and they looked out in the nature onto the green tree leaves. Mother thought, good, keep on looking at green because it's good to your health. The green color is good for your health. But one big egg in the nest still remained solid. The mother duck was impatient to see who was there in a big egg. And the older duck came and said, "Leave that egg alone, because never know who will get out of this egg. Last year, I also was hatching an egg, and it turned to be a turkey cock. And the turkey cock could not even swim in a ditch. Leave the egg." But the mother duck, she was a young mother, and she decided, "I will sit out the egg." A few days later, the shell was broken, and a very ugly ball of hair fell out of the egg. It was an ugly bird. Mother took it for her son, but the sisters and brothers did not recognize the bird because it looked so much different. So the mother took them all together to swim in the nearby gutter. Mother was happy because this ugly bird, nevertheless, was swimming and diving with her big beak into the water. And then Mother took all of her birds onto the courtyard. It was the paradise for all the birds to show their kids. There were different birds there. The turkey cocks, the big rooster with a crest. There were some wild geese, there was a peacock, and other unknown small creatures. But none of them loved the big, hairy, ugly duck. They were hissing at him, they were pecking him. So the duck felt miserable. Even Mother refused to recognize her own son. So the duck, the ugly ugly duck decided to escape and squeezed through the narrow fence and went into the forest. In the forest, the ugly duck met wild geese. It was night, so the wild geese did not see who it was, and they said, "Okay, go and sleep with us." So the next morning, when they woke up, they saw this ugly bird and said, "Wow, you look terrible." But then the hunters came, and they started to hunt for wild geese. Very shortly, the wild geese were killed, and a dog came to the ugly bird, looked at it, and then turned the face away and disappeared. The ugly duck was devastated because even the dog did not bite him. And then it was getting cold up. So the ugly duck did not find a place where to live. And one day, a duck came into a house. And this house was with an old lady and a cat. And a chicken. The old lady was blind, so she did not recognize what bird it was which came to the house. She thought it was a turkey. And she was thinking, "Oh, now I will have eggs." And she decided to leave the turkey in her house. But the cat and the chicken, they were the masters of this house. And they thought that there was a world and them. Them were the half of the world, and the rest half was still unknown. The cat could stretch his back, and a chicken could lay eggs. So they attacked our ugly duck and asked her, "Can you stretch your back?" "No." "Can you lay eggs?" "No." "So why did you come here?" So the duck stayed there for some time, but then again he was kicked out of the house and ran away. When he was running away, he saw the beautiful white birds up in the sky with big wings flying over. He did not know what these birds were. And then another winter came by. Our ugly duck was so desperate, he could hardly survive through this winter. And when the spring came, the duck decided to die because he could no longer live like that. And then in a pond, the duck saw these beautiful birds with white wings. Our ugly duck approached the birds and thought, if they're going to pinch me or if they're going to kill me, nevertheless, I will approach my dream. So once he approached them, he looked at the reflection of himself in the water, and he saw a beautiful swan with white wings. He cried, "I never ever thought that out of ugly duck I will be a beautiful swan." What does this fairy tale teach us? Now when I look at it from the perspective of a grown-up, probably I'm considering that this fairy tale teaches us to reveal our true nature, no matter of how many hurdles in life we may pass, because it is not easy to find a way to your own